Nancy Cordes is in Des Moines, Iowa. Nancy, what do we know about Bernie Sanders' meeting with the president today? And explain the significance of it.
Well, the significance is that the president appeared to put his thumb on the scale a few days ago for Hillary Clinton when he gave that interview with Politico that was filled with praise for Clinton, calling her strong and smart and ready to lead on day one. So he didn't officially endorse her, but it sounded like that's what he was doing. And so now, a couple of days later, Sanders is sitting down with the president. He's flying halfway across the country to do it and then heading right back here to Iowa. So that just shows you how important this is to him, this sort of stamp of approval that you get when you walk into the Oval Office, especially because his campaign hasn't exactly rejected the notion that there are some parallels to the Obama campaign back in 2008 and his campaign today in the way that he's able to generate huge crowds, 14,000 last night in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the fact that he appeals to younger voters.
Yeah, speaking of that, like you said, according to recent polls, Sanders has the support of younger voters, and we're talking about by a wide margin. But this is an age group that doesn't always head to the ballot box. So if they don't show up in huge numbers on Monday, could we see this race maybe swing in Clinton's favor?
We absolutely could. And that's why even Sanders himself sort of put out a warning to his supporters yesterday. He said, look, if we're able to get higher than average turnout on Monday, I think we'll do pretty well. If we don't, I think we're going to be struggling. There was a poll that came out yesterday that showed that Sanders leads among young voters ages 18 to 44 by something like 75% to 25%. Just this huge margin. And then the flip side is true for Hillary Clinton. She does well with older voters. But as you mentioned, older voters are reliable voters. They get to the polls. And so what Sanders has to hope is that what happened in 2008 when younger voters were so enthusiastic, they were so fired up that they headed to the caucuses in record numbers. He is banking on the same thing happening again this time.
Nancy, as you know, the Democratic candidates have been pushing for more primary debates. What's the latest on that?
The latest is that the Democratic National Committee is trying to figure out what to do here because the DNC has sanctioned 6 debates. As you know, that was a controversial decision. There were many people, including 2 of the 3 candidates, Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley, who said there should be more debates and that they shouldn't be held primarily on weekends when viewership is lower. But the DNC has really held firm all along, saying, nope, 6 debates is what we agreed to, and that's that. So now they're sort of in a pickle because all 3 candidates, including Hillary Clinton, had said, yeah, I'd show up to that debate next week in New Hampshire, right before the New Hampshire primary. So what does the DNC do here? They kind of have egg on their face if they say, oh, okay, we're fine with more debates after all. But if they say no, then it looks like they are trying to sort of put a lid on democracy. After all, they supposedly work for the candidates, not the other way around.
Right. Nancy Cordes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.